I'm also good.
Ready?
Captain's log. Commander Sam Blackwell recording. Stardate 54722.1. It's been 2 months since the crew's shared psychic experience. Captain Prax, Lieutenant Commander Caissie, and Chief Mendrock remain comatose in my ICU, and we are receiving regular physical therapy to prevent muscular degeneration, as well as a variety of stimuli in an effort to jumpstart their brains into an active and conscious state. There's been some mention of finding a new host for the Prax symbiote, but attempting to transfer a symbiote that shows every sign of being just as comatose as its host is 7 kinds of medically contraindicated and potentially a sign of idiocy in those who have suggested it, a point I have made both loudly and repeatedly. While there is some pressure to move the 3 to a long-term care facility, I've so far been able to convince Starfleet Medical to leave them aboard the expedition, as my sick bay is equal or superior to any medical facility in this sector. The Kauket that attached itself to our hull disappeared shortly after we began our journey back to Starbase 21, so there's no help for the captain and the others from there. With all the usual treatments having proven ineffective, I think it's time to try something different. I have some ideas on that front, actually. Meanwhile, Starfleet, and the 10th Fleet in particular, has been vetting officers and crew for ties to or sympathy with this tripolity nonsense. The expedition has apparently been deemed free of seditious elements, and so we expect to be given a new mission shortly. In fact, Acting Captain DeGraw has been called to meet with Admiral Nia about exactly that, which is why I'm currently in the center seat and recording this log, which is what I get for telling the universe that I wanted command experience. End log.
All right, excellent log, like always, Doctor. So where would you like to be? I think we'll start on the ship.
Well, I guess I would like to be in sick bay with my patients. Unless you need me somewhere else.
Nope, I guessed correctly.
Huh. So what kind of brain activity are the 3 showing?
Well, I do have a task roll for that, Doc.
Okie dokie.
If I can find my notes. Probably Insight, Medicine, difficulty 1. We'll go ahead and assist this by the ship's sensors medicine. Why not? No, computers medicine.
It's okay. We're like giving you exercise and stuff. You'll be fine. Okay, so just roll it flat. There we go.
And then we just need the ship's computers medicine. Ooh, I should maybe give myself threat.
Nah.
I do enjoy threat. Someone want to get the ship?
Sorry, what's the ship rolling?
Medicine computers.
Yay. All right. Blackwell to Lieutenant Nedan.
Yes, Commander.
Could you join me down in sick bay?
Yes, on my way.
And when Nedan arrives, take a look at these readings from our 3 sleeping beauties here. See the repeated, almost same blips in their neural patterns at exactly the same times. And here, and he pulls up on the screen some a more granular look at their neural readings. The underlying data suggests that they're sharing some sort of similar experience. There might be a way that we could amplify this pattern, maybe study it further. But I think it's probably going to take the 2 of us working together to get there. GM, are there any signs of heightened psilocybin, the neurochemical that deals with psychic phenomenon?
There is not.
There's not. Okay. If we used 3 linked cortical stimulators to simultaneously stimulate the 3's brains simultaneously at the same time, as they hit this kind of peak that they're hitting every so often, we might be able to boost its effect and see if we can't drill down what's going on here.
Sounds like a plan, Doctor. What do you need from me?
Well, going to go, I have a feeling, a little bit beyond my usual areas of medical expertise and more into yours. To both pop this up and analyze the data. It's almost like there's some sort of communication happening between the 3 of them somehow, like they're on the same network. So yeah, with all sorts of monitors and whirligigs attached to the patients, I'll synchronize 3 cortical stimulators and try and, when they're entering that same phase where there's that simultaneous blip, to amplify that signal in each patient at the same time, see what we get.
All right, I'm going to give you a quick extended task. It's going to be Control Medicine, difficulty 2, work 8, magnitude 2. Can be assisted by Nedan, of course, using her science skill.
Okay. So take a momentum for a 3rd die.
I see Nedan trying to match the frequencies and all that good stuff.
Cautious. Nice.
So just 1 die when you're doing the assist, right?
Correct.
Great. Sorry, it's been a few weeks.
No worries.
Ship assisting.
Probably not in this case.
Okay. So, okay. Now I need to roll my work. Now, are you doing the thing where...
Yeah.
So what I'm rolling, 8?
So you're rolling 7. Nedan is rolling 1.
Okay, that's how it's working. Okay.
It's like you don't even need her help.
Yeah, these are my good rolls for the whole night. Everybody enjoy them. It's downhill from here.
It's all downhill.
Right.
Nedan, if you could roll 1 challenge dice, please.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. I'm pretty sure that's more than enough, Doctor. So yeah, so you're able to set up the cortical stimulators and try to get it to match the frequency of the blip or whatever.
Mhm.
And I think we are actually going to go somewhere else. Actually, I think this is probably a better location for it.
Theater of the mind. Ready room of the mind.
Captain Prax, you find yourself sitting at the desk of your ready room. However, all of the lighting is dim, like almost like dark. It just seems to be emergency lighting that's lighting this place. All the computer panels and terminals in the room are unpowered. Additionally, you do not feel your symbiote, nor do you feel the past lives of your previous host. You felt as if you did before the joining process.
Is there a tricorder nearby? Because this is very disturbing.
There is, but again, there is no power.
She looks out the window.
And you stare out into an empty void. No stars, no planets, no light of any kind. Just darkness.
Taps her comm badge.
It does not even make a chirp.
She attempts to leave her ready room. The door's even open.
The doors do. And you do find yourself on the bridge. However, it's the same thing. It's very dimly lit. There are no panels, no computer terminals powered on. If I can find your token. Roll me insight security, please, Prax.
Difficulty, or is it opposed?
Difficulty 1.
Survival for a focus?
No.
Two successes.
Right, you guys get a momentum. And at tactical, you could make out Commander Caissie.
Is the captain? Oh yeah, in the bridge. Captain, they're everywhere.
Report.
The Jem'Hadar. 4 destroyers. They've got us surrounded. I don't see how we'll get out of this, Captain.
Lieutenant Commander, there are no Geminar here.
They're everywhere, Captain. I'm not
Snap
mistaken.
out
I
of
know
it,
what I saw.
Commander.
Caissie will look down at his, tactical sensors.
Give me insight security. Difficulty 3.
Take a threat.
I do like threat.
Observation is a focus.
Yes.
Wait. Where'd the power go? Have they developed an EM weapon?
No, Commander, this is something else. What do you remember last?
I don't know. All I know is that somehow I ended up here on the bridge and we were under attack. What year is it?
Think harder, Commander. The last thing I remember, I was in sickbay with Dr. Blackwell, who wasn't supposed to be on the ship, but he was. And we were over a planet called Kassho.
The war. It ended.
The Dominion War has been over for 2 years.
I'm starting to become clear. I was reassigned to the expedition after the war. I remember Kassho.
Something happened.
We interacted with those crystals somehow. I developed some level of telepathy.
The doctor, he was... You, myself, and Mendrock were we were psychically linked somehow by the Kauket, I believe.
But where is he?
Let's go find him. Maybe he's in engineering or sickbay.
I agree.
Maybe we can figure this out.
Well, it's better than waiting here.
Agreed. Just gonna head towards the turbolift doors, and hopefully the turbolift works.
They open.
Caissie follows.
And where are you guys heading?
Main engineering.
All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Captain Prax and Commander Caissie get the engineering, and again, nothing is powered. The warp core is offline. Only the dim red emergency lights are providing any light to this place. And in the distance, you hear a lone engineer yelling orders.
Chief.
Mendrock, did you get my message?
Oh, I see it now. All right. Captain, you need to get out of here. There might be a warp core breach.
Chief, there's no warp core breach. The main power is offline.
What is going on?
Give me a insight engineering difficulty 3, Mendrock.
It's not engineering. Wow, where is my character? Oh. And there's 5 momentum.
Yes, there is.
Okay. Can I use my computer's focus?
No.
Diagnostic.
No.
Alright. I'll just buy and die then with 1 momentum.
Okay.
Go that route.
Oh wow. All right, you guys are maxed out at momentum, and Mendrock, you notice that everything is no longer powered in your mind. Everything is as it was described. Just the red emergency lights are on, and the warp core is powered down.
Look at the captain and Caissie and go, are we still linked with that strange telepathic bond? Is that what, are we in some kind of nightmare?
Supposedly. It's just the 3 of us, it appears.
To be honest, I'm not terribly convinced that I'm still alive.
I think for therefore I am, Mr. Caissie.
That is true.
I'm assuming I'm alive since I'm talking to you. But this is very disturbing. What happened to my ship? Our ship? Where's everybody else?
This could be some sort of mindscape of some sort.
How do I wake up?
That is a good question.
I don't want to be here anymore. I want to get back to my duties. The ship.
I very much would like to know what happened to the ship, Chief. For now, we need to focus on getting out of here.
Agreed, Captain. But where are we going?
Let's see if we can't find anything out of the ordinary. Something out of place.
You said there was no power except the emergency power? Or just the lights working?
So nothing is powered. The warp core is not powered. There's no power going to any of the consoles. It's just the emergency lights. But all the doors open. Captain Prax and Caissie just went on a turbo lift.
Yeah, okay.
And obviously you guys can breathe.
I'm going to see if I can figure out if there's a way to restore power or like stimulate me somehow to wake me up.
You try finding various panels around the engineering, but none of them respond to you as you approach.
Okay. Manually take one apart.
And again, it is not responding to anything you do.
Okay.
Even the bioneural circuitry seems to be in a dormant state.
Alright. This looks like it's beyond me, Captain.
It seems we can. Sorry, go ahead, Commander.
Captain, maybe it's just a hunch, but do you think we should go to sickbay?
We can try that next. But we should probably maybe look for, see if there's any others. We don't know who else was psychically linked. But sickbay is a good place to start with.
Right behind me, Captain.
And away we go to sickbay.
All right, we'll go to the next scene. So you guys will go down in momentum. Dr. Blackwell, give me insight medicine, difficulty of 3.
Okay.
I lied, make it 2.
Okay. I'll still give you a momentum for cautious.
All right, and after you perform the procedure, you do indeed confirm that they do seem to be sharing a similar experience. Their brainwave patterns are almost identical. Their neural patterns.
All right. Was there any other noticeable effects of that little, for lack of a better word, jolt we gave him?
For a momentum, I'll give you one more piece of information.
Sure. Yo.
Sorry, my spelling is horrible today.
That's okay.
I think you can make out what I'm saying, though.
Okay. So I point that out to Nedan and say, look, even the symbiote is part of this. So we know they're connected. Now we have to figure out how to bring them all back out of whatever dream state it is that they're in. If we could modify some neural pads, I might be able to go in and enter their dream state. And if you could keep a regular signal going, it's possible that I could lead them out somehow. You know, just like that movie Inception. You'll need to program in a small metal top. What? What do you think, Nedan?
I would guess if you could have someone or have some way of guiding them out. I'm not sure what would cue them to realize they're in a dream state, though. Maybe if we could simulate something obviously absurd that would only ever happen in a dream state.
That's the problem with dreams. The absurd seems perfectly normal under some circumstances. That's why I'm suggesting going into that shared state, where there'll at least be one person in there who knows what it is.
That would be plausible. If anyone's going to do it, though, I would recommend not you, because you're the only doctor and the ranking officer we have on board. Frankly, you're too important to risk yourself in that sort of way. Last thing we need is for you to get trapped in the same state as them.
Well, if not me, that leaves you, Lieutenant, if you're willing to take the risk.
I'm more willing for me to take the risk than for you to take the risk, sir. Frankly, a science officer is less critical than an acting captain.
Right up until you need somebody to science the hell out of something. In any event, neural pads are usually designed to link two neural patterns, not four. So we're going to need to make some modifications.
It's a shame Mendrock is trapped in there. We could really use his engineering ability.
So yeah, let's grab 4 of the neural pads and see what kind of modifications we need to make to link them. GM, is there a way to connect the symbiote into all of this without, doing surgery on Prax? Or on Azrael, I guess I should say.
You could probably rig something up to send out a signal to the symbiote as well through Prax's flap. I mean, because really it's just an open flap that exposes the symbiote, so it wouldn't really be surgery. It'd be just opening the flap.
Okay. Yeah, then let's definitely do that. Let's get all 4 of the comatose patients, including the symbiote, and we want a 5th one rigged up for Nedan.
All right, I think I'm going to have you guys make a roll for this one. Unless you guys wanted to spend momentum, because you guys got a ton.
Might need that. What's the roll first?
So I'd probably make this either an engineering or science roll. Because you're trying to not really improvise, but change the function of something.
Okay.
So I'll probably make this insight or reason, and either science or engineering.
Nedan,
Okay.
you want to lead with the whatever science? And I'll
Reason science, yeah. I'll leave with that.
Difficulty. I'll make it a difficulty 3, complication range of 2.
Can we use the advanced sickbay and chief medical officer's superpower to reduce both the complication for one and the difficulty
I'll
for
let
the other?
you use the advanced sick bay, but not the
Okay.
chief medical officer.
So you're calling it on whether you'd rather reduce difficulty or complication range.
I'd rather reduce complication range, to be honest.
Okay. And spend whatever momentum you want.
Yeah, I'll spend enough momentum to get 1 extra die, because I've got your assistance as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Cred. Yes.
3.
Right.
Let's just go ahead and quash that.
Okay. So you rig up your devices in whatever way you are planning to use them in, and you are able to replicate and modify enough devices for 5.
Okay.
5 devices you're able to modify and create, whichever you wish to name these devices.
How you mean name?
Whatever you wanted to call them, technobabble.
Oh, right.
Name.
All right. Well, I mean, we're just basically modifying existing technology of the neural pad, just letting it connect more than 2 nervous systems. And I'll need to figure out some way to give you pulse to come back. So I'll also synchronize another set of I'll put a different set actually of cortical stimulators on Nedan. So, Nedan, what do you think about something to help you all come back or help you guide them out somehow? I mean, I can stimulate the each person's cortical activity with the stimulators, but that hasn't brought them out.
I mean, I'm not sure if there's a way to do this or if this is feasible. I'm just tossing an idea out.
Toss. By all means.
Is it possible to try to, and this may be more appropriate with the other Trill due to our, or with Captain Prax due to our similar biology, but I'm wondering if it's possible to mimic, like, get the stimulator to promote a similar brain pattern to mine as I come out.
Well, the neural pads we can set the neural pads to maybe that's the thing. We set yours to theirs to get you under and in and see if you can find them, and then I will begin adjusting the reverse, theirs to yours, so that when I bring you out, maybe it'll bring the rest of them with you at the same time.
Yes. That
So we use theirs to link your nervous system to put you into the same comatose state, and then I'll reverse the polarity of the neurotransmitters to link them to you, and slowly bring you up with a combination of the cortical stimulators and the neural pad.
yes. And if it works for Captain Prax but not the others, then perhaps we would have better luck matching species. I mean, certainly within the same species going to be easier to match neural patterns than across species.
Right. GM, do I think that there's a certain time limit on how long she should safely be under before I really need to bring her out?
Your best guess would probably not more than a few hours,
Okay.
because you don't like at the end of the day, you're not really sure what is causing this, and
Right.
your biggest fear would be her getting trapped there as well.
Right. So, okay, let's start with 10 minutes, and then we'll see. If this even works at all. So yeah, we'll put Nedan in another bed, and
All right. So as you're getting Nedan prepped, we're actually going to go back to the 3 comatose patients. And so you guys are walking through the halls of the ship, the hallways of the ship. Again, it's very dimly lit. There's nothing powered. No panels are working. Every once in a while, I'm sure one of you are trying your comms or whatever. Again, they're not they're not working. And then you come across a part of the ship, and you pass a doorway that seems to have light coming from inside of it.
I'll go toward the doorway, I guess.
Oh, it's just the team.
Sorry.
Yep, we went back to the lost people.
Our tricorders are not working either, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
I'm assuming the two of you can see this.
I see some kind of light, which shouldn't be there. Caissie?
Everyone in this group give me fitness medicine, difficulty of 1.
Fitness medicine.
Sorry, did I miss something there for that roll?
There's a strange light that should not be on.
Okay, yeah, I did hear that part.
It's coming from underneath a door, like a door.
Which there shouldn't be because they're like pressure shield.
Wow, I made it.
Survival is a focus?
Yes.
Sorry, fitness medicine.
I'm gonna spend that momentum. I would ask for survival, but I only have a medicine of 1.
13. Okay, it would have been the same.
So right, glad I spent it.
Yeah, overall, you guys gain 1. In your minds, you hear a voice say, "Find the others," almost in a whisper.
Do I recognize this voice?
You do not.
Apparently we're not alone. Let's move over to that junction there, see if we can't spot them coming out. We're going to take cover and kind of conceal ourselves. At least that's the order I'm giving them.
So you guys stare looking at the doorway, and you just hear like the typing of a computer console, the move of a tricorder, a scan, a shuffling of papers.
Who still uses papers?
Papers? What?
And that noise is continuously coming from the other side of that door.
Oh yeah, okay. And we can see the light from underneath the door.
Yeah, like if you were to walk like in a dark hallway at night and there's
Mm-hmm.
a light on the other side, you know how you could see the light through the door?
Yes.
It's a similar situation
It's
here.
just it's
This is
flexing
odd.
because if it's the quarter of a ship, then there should be no light coming from underneath it because they're all sealed
Yeah.
to be equally pressurized in their own unique biosphere if need be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I shouldn't be able to see the light. Okay.
So for the immersion, we'll say that the door is partially like not sealed all the way. Like, you know, the part in the middle, just slightly open to allow light to escape through. I think that might give a better visual. I forgot that too. They're sealed underneath.
So you're explaining that thing like, wait, this is not possible. This is not like a door.
Sorry. So the door is slightly open in the middle to allow a little bit of light to escape through. And through the door, you're hearing all the computer noises, the tricorder scans, the shuffling of books and papers.
It doesn't sound like anyone's going to come out.
Shall we investigate, sir?
I suppose so. She kind of motions for Caissie to go first because it's his job.
I'll try to if the door doesn't open automatically, I guess he'll just try to push it open. But
when you approach the door does open. And sitting at a desk with his back to you, you can make out a humanoid figure with spots running down its face and neck.
Good day, sir.
Who are you? Oh, that was probably not the voice. Who are you?
Commander Caissie of the USS Expedition, the ship you are currently on, or at least a representation of it.
Expedition, I've never heard any such ship. This is my lab. And you guys look around the room, and it's definitely not a room on the Expedition that you are familiar with. And it is lit up like a normal room. And you see lab equipment and experiments lined out across the table. You can see that he's inputting data into a computer, like scientific data.
Is your name Prax by any chance?
No, I am Kaiden. I don't know if you have a last name for that, Prax. Sorry.
I don't. But upon hearing that name, she's gonna kind of turn and look at him.
Is there something I can help you with? I am very busy.
Awesome. Kaiden, I am Israel. You were joined with the symbiote Prax.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you are talking about. I was never joined.
You were joined later. Right. Your spirit, your essence is within a symbiote you were joined later in life to a symbiote known as Prax, which I became the next host for. This is you're in a mental mindscape of sort.
Prax, give me presence science opposed.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
I will spend a momentum.
Okay.
Not bad.
I have no memory of these events that you are referring to. However, I have been studying something similar to this.
You have.
It is not outside the realm of possibilities. There is much about the joining process that we are unfamiliar with.
Yes, I am aware of that. Though I would say most of my scientific knowledge comes from you.
So tell me, what is this place then? If it is not my lab and this is not your starship.
It's some sort of mental reality, I suppose. It's hard to explain. We're all of us were linked by a species known as the Kauket, a psychic race, a psychic crystalline race that was in great danger. And we attempted to help them.
And what happened when you tried to help them?
It's really honestly hard to explain. I suppose most of the crew was in some sort of mental mindscape when we were brought to a planet called Kassho. At least that's my assumption, even if Kassho really exists or not. It was their way of allowing us to try and help them from being, I guess, enslaved is the proper term. Something happened tragic. Their world, their reality exploded, and we were forced to flee. And as a result, I think most of us woke up here, except some of us remember things differently.
What is the last thing you remember?
Talking to the Kauket, saying we did all we could. And that's about it. It's strange though, because I no longer feel yours or the other's presence inside of me, as if this symbiote is no longer a part of me. It's a unsettling feeling, to be honest. I'm used to the noise.
It is possible that the symbiote might have gone into what I would like to call a protective state.
You mean it's trying to defend itself?
It is possible. But it is odd that you would have no memory of your past selves. Which would explain why I have no memory of being joined. And who are these two?
This is Lieutenant Commander Caissie and Master Chief Petty Officer Mendrock. They are under my command. I am Captain Israel.
So these are not also previous
No,
Prax hosts.
they're not.
Very interesting. This is a very large scientific curiosity, Captain Azrael.
Just for you, it's Israel. Admiral, I would say Admiral Kaiden, but you're clearly not an admiral right now. Or professor. I mean, it's hard to say. You took on so many titles. My memory serves me correctly at this point of hour.
Well, if what you are saying is true, then I believe I should go with you.
I was thinking the same thing. Perhaps we can find more of my previous hosts. They might be the key to getting out of here.
Very good. Let me grab my equipment. It might come in handy. And he goes through a drawer, pulls out some equipment, a very customized medical tricorder. Throws a bag over his shoulder, says, "I am ready to go."
Very well. Gentlemen, I guess we'll head to sick bay.
And as you guys walk out of the lab, he walks behind you, and you notice that the light goes out in the hallway. As you guys turn, you notice that the lab is gone, and it's just standing there is the door to the ship science labs. And is that Kaiden?
Kaiden.
And Kaiden is gone. However,
Do I feel Kaiden's presence though? And not to worry, gentlemen. Just smiles a little bit. Shall we continue?
I see little other choice, sir.
And we head to sickbay.
we'll change scene here. Doctor, give me insight medicine. Difficulty of 2.
Alrighty.
And this is in the, and you're doing, you notice, it's to notice something as you're getting Nedan prepped.
Okay. Take a momentum for cautious.
All right, you gain it back.
Ha. Can I determine its source?
That is going to have to be a much harder roll. So make it a difficulty 4. I'll spend 2, 3.
Goodness. Okay, so it's kind of early in the day to be spending momentum, so let me try, determination. So I'll give you 2 momentum and 1 threat for a total of 4 dice. And it's going to be inside control.
Instead of reason.
Inside's a little better. Here goes nothing. Ah, just made it. And was there any readings coming from the symbiote before this point? Besides its, whatever the base, yes, it's not dead brainwave pattern. But this is new. Turn back to Nedan. Something's going on with the symbiote. It's got, there's another neural pattern emanating from it. I have no idea exactly what this means. I know that joined Trill can experience the past lives of, or can experience the memories of previous hosts through the symbiote. Might have something to do with that.
Could be.
But in any event, it is a sign of increased neural activity. So
It's a sign that the symbiote is starting to wake up. or recover to some degree.
Does my trait of being an expert on Trill symbiote biology give me any sort of insight into this, GM?
How would you try to use it?
Well, I have learned a lot about, I know a lot about both the symbiote's biology and its effect on combination with the biology of the host. And I also know about some of the psychological weirdnesses that make for bad hosts, and why that's a bad idea. So having dealt with symbiotes before and trained on Trill itself, things I'd learned from the Guardians, things I'd learned, you know, what they told me and taught me, and any practical experience I had of, you know, the integration process when you transfer an old symbiote that's had several hosts into a new host, and their difficulties dealing with the new memories that it can bring with it during that initial joining period, to just kind of see if any of that training and information and expertise gives me any insight as to, you know, what this new neural reading may mean. Even if it's something like, you know, well, this neural pattern doesn't match either Asriel, you know, or maybe, you know, I can, through past scans of the symbiote and Asriel, maybe I can do a comparative analysis between this new scan and the old scans of the symbiote to see if it matches any.
All right,
of
that's
the
a good
neural
that's a
patterns.
good one right there, and I'll send
Okay.
you something.
Okay. Sorry, just kind of had to talk it through.
Think that might be what you are looking for.
Okay. Yes, look here, Nedan. This is the scans from the captain's last physical of the symbiote. See the multiple neural patterns showing up from the symbiote scan?
Yes.
I think those represent the neural echoes, if you will, of the or the neural impressions of the previous hosts. Now watch this, and I'll do the thing where the one that's just shown up moves into the graph of all of them, and it matches up. So I think that's exactly what's happening. Something going on is reactivating those neural patterns, those neural tracks. Something to do with the hosts. Now, when I get you under, I'm going to put you on their level, and then I'm going to stimulate your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex just enough to kind of induce a lucid dreaming state, so that you'll be close enough to on the spectrum of consciousness to realize that you're not that you're dreaming, that you're not where your physical actual body is. But I'm going to be matching other parts of your brain with what the three of them are going through. Let's see, we keep it down for 15 minutes. Let's say every minute on the minute, I will apply a little bit of extra stimulus to that dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which should let you, if you choose, to kind of lean into that and wake up. I don't know how it will appear to you in your dream state, that extra stimulus. Could be a door, could be, I don't know. That'll be up to whatever's going on in that spotted little noggin of yours. And while you're in there, once I see your patterns, if they match the rest, I'm going to start adjusting their patterns to kind of match yours and other areas of the brain, the amygdala, the parahippocampal cortex, the pons, and so on, to try and get them in sync with yours so that when you decide to step through the door of the stimulus, they can come with.
Sounds good. Worth a try, at least.
Right. But in this kind of lucid dreaming state, you should be able to, if you run into something that you have to wake yourself up, you should be able at any time, because there will be that kind of constant stimulus that lets you know you're dreaming. You should be able to concentrate kind of on that and hopefully wake yourself up. But we're in completely uncharted territory here. But I'll bring you out at 15 minutes or sooner if your vital signs start to do anything that I don't like.
Sounds good. To boldly go and so on, I guess.
Good luck. And I now lay back on the biobed here, and I'll get her hooked up and slowly take her down in sync with the rest of the guys.
All right, this is going to be an extended task. Control medicine, difficulty 2, work 12, magnitude 2, resistance 1.
Okay. Okay. Could I use? Is the ship assisting?
Yeah, I will let it assist with computer's medicine.
Okay. Could I use my CMO superpower to take down the difficulty and the advanced sickbay advantage to take down the resistance?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm running without any. Momentum for the first. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to be right back. Hold on one second.
Okay. Sam Blackwell boldly sends someone else into some really scary shit. You're right. I am too valuable. You go, Lieutenant.
I mean, Israel is Alice in her wonderland trying to find herself.
All right, I'm back.
All right. So here we go. Nice. And the ship.
Just as long as the hallways don't start folding in on themselves.
Oh, they will. Because Christopher Nolan is somewhere in this, I'm sure.
All right, you guys get 3 momentum.
Yay. Okay. Let's do some work. Back is 12. Oof. I see, told you guys. So spend one of those to reroll 5.
Mm-hmm. So that's 5.
Yeah, which should be a breakthrough since I got rid of the resistance.
Yep. So this would be, so if you're keeping everything the same, it'll be a div 0.
Okay.
Work 7.
Okay. Flat again. 2 and the ship. Play with. Spend 1 to reroll 3. One more for extra work to finish the work track.
You don't have to finish the work track if you get the 2 breakthroughs in.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, magnitude 2. So yeah, that's another breakthrough should be, so that should do it.
All right, cool. 1 second.
Explosive decompression.
Nedan, check your message really quick.
Okay.
The doctor is doing something I did not anticipate.
Oh dear.
Nedan playing the part as Freddy Krueger. All right, doctor. Everything goes off without very easily. You get her sedated. You match the brainwave frequencies,
Okay.
and it looks very much like her neural patterns starting to match those of the other 3. One more second. Had one more question. Cool. All right. I think I got what I need for that. Back on board the deserted ghost ship type thing. The 3 of you are walking, through the hallways, trying to make your way to sick bay. When you come upon another door that's slightly lit open, similar to the other one. And this time you hear a voice very familiar. Almost like she's talking to herself.
How familiar? I guess we'll approach the door. Assuming that's okay with the other two.
I'm going to try to see if she'll role play it.
I was gone, so
Oh.
I assume the door is a good decision.
I'm following Caissie and the captain. And trying
Right.
to recognize the voice.
You approach the door, and you see Nedan very much engrossed in her work. She's not really looking at the surroundings, knowing the surroundings exist. She's just nose to the grindstone, looking at her work, talking about her work with herself, trying to work through the problem, but nothing else exists to her in this moment in time.
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
And if I take that variable and perform a Fourier transform, I wonder what that would do.
Lieutenant.
Take advantage of the symmetry rule and... sorry?
Lieutenant. Nedan.
Oh. Yes. Yes, Captain. Do you need me for something?
What are you doing here?
I was working on something important. Come on. What was it? Right. I was sent here. I remember.
By who?
The doctor.
Which doctor? Dr. Blackwell, Dr.
Blackwell, yes. I am not sure if you are aware, but you're not actually here.
I didn't gather that.
We figured that out at this point.
Yes.
Ah, excellent. That must be why your brainwaves are showing signs of improvement. Good. So you're all presently in sickbay, as am I. But the difference is I'm in this brain state on purpose.
Can you hear us out?
I'm not sure, but that's what I'm here to try. But the challenge is the Prax symbiote.
Yes, I've lost connection with the previous host, and we found one, and he managed to reintegrate. I need to find the others.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm suspecting. The symbiote is in, as my previous host would put it, in a defensive posture. It's protecting itself.
Probably to do with this psychic assault that you all had received, I would guess. So the goal was that I could lead you out of this state, but I'm not sure if that is wise for you, Captain, at this point, until we find the other existences.
I would agree.
Let's just say history shows that deintegrating a host from a symbiote does not tend to go well.
No, it does not.
No.
Do you think we should stay then, or should me and Caissie, Commander Caissie, follow you out?
We might be able to pull the two of you out, and then perhaps one or more of us could come back to assist the captain. Or we can try to work together to find the other consciousnesses.
Everyone in the scene, please give me a fitness medicine difficulty 2.
Fitness, medicine.
Survival focus?
Well,
yes.
That's fun.
I'll use some momentum.
I'd like to use a
Zooey mama.
Oh,
Hey,
I did. Wow.
What was the
Rolling
difficulty?
in-
1?
2.
2.
I'm rolling an 8. I have to get between a 1 and an 8 here. So,
Great. This is fine.
it's not.
Caissie faces
Take-
into the shattered realm.
Take 3 threat.
You want any momentum?
I might need it to squash a complication if it rises.
Fair.
Oh, thank God.
I don't know what happens if I fail, so.
So for those that failed, which is Caissie and Nedan, you are going to take 3 stress. This stress will not replenish after the scene. So until the end of the episode, you have this stress damage.
What's it from? Just like mental stress, or
Perhaps. But all of you hear a voice in your head say, in a whisper, "Find the others." And just as those words finish, you find yourselves no longer in the ship, but in a kind of like a grasslands area. You know, a bright shining sun, birds in the sky, insects chirping and making noise, a nice gentle breeze.
well, this is a slightly more pleasant setting for our nightmare.
Is there a source of water nearby? Do I hear like a lake or a river or anything?
No, as far as you could tell, it's just like a plains area, like grasslands, plains. However, in the distance, you can make out one humanoid, kind of on the next hill, so to speak.
I'll wave at them.
Just gonna start heading towards them. Does this seem like it's? I'm gonna take a guess. Like maybe it's on Trill.
Give me insight. Con difficulty 1, Captain.
I'm gonna spend a momentum. See if I can get some. No. Oh god, that's straight 15s. Apparently
Wow.
not.
Okay, what's going on?
The doctor is using up all your good rolls, I guess. If it is Trill, you do not recognize this place.
Okay. Yeah,
As you move closer to this humanoid, you do notice that she does have the telltale spots of a Trill, and she does seem to be collecting plant samples.
Excuse me.
What are you doing way out here?
That's a good question. Your name?
I am Nessa. I am a biologist here to collect samples. I was not expecting the expedition team to send anyone else.
I am Captain Azrael Prax of the Federation Starship Expedition. You're technically the first host for the Prax symbiote. You're in a mindscape of sorts.
A what? I'm just here doing my work.
You've already done this. You're just reliving a memory.
I can't leave yet. I have to gather the samples.
What if we helped you gather them? Many hands make light work, after all.
I do suppose it will make the work go quicker.
How many more samples do you need to collect?
I need to collect 4 more samples. I need it from a species of plant that looks like this, and she holds up the specimen that she did capture. You must be careful with it, though. It is very delicate. The slightest touch will kill this plant.
How did you collect that one?
I will demonstrate. And she demonstrates how it's done, and it does look very complicated. If each of you collects one of these plants, we could be done here.
I'll go and try to collect one, I guess.
So we have no other choice.
Captain, if you don't mind me asking, how many hosts has the Prax symbiont have?
Should be total, 5 counting myself.
I see. And I guess Caissie will join in the search for the plants.
Okay, so this is going to be 3 successful tasks each that you need to complete. The first task is going to be probably reason science to locate the proper specimen using your tricorders that now seem to work. So that would be Reason Science difficulty 2.
Reason Science 2.
Focus in survival.
No.
Wait, is this to find the plants?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is like to locate like the
Can I use
like a good
observation?
sample. Observation would work, yeah.
Awesome. I will take a momentum.
Take a threat.
Both.
We're gonna die in here.
Where? Are we still on the plane? I'm not, by the way.
Yeah, we're looking for like these samples of plants.
Alright, I'm going to see if I'm going to try something. I'm going to imagine a working tricorder that so I'm
Yeah,
gonna imagine.
the tricorders you have are working here.
Okay. And we're looking for plant?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
However, there's 2 complications.
oh boy. Alright. Oh, do I need to make a roll?
What's that?
Do I need
Yeah.
to make a reason?
Yeah, Reason Science.
What's the difficulty?
2.
2? Alright. And can I use a focus?
If you have one.
Computers? Since it's a
Nope.
tricorder?
Nope.
Alright. Well, I actually have a really good reason. And I need 2.
Yep.
Alright. There's no momentum.
Nope.
Alright. Alright. There we go.
All right, Nedan and Mendrock, you're able to find and locate a beautiful specimen of the plant that she is looking for. However, Captain and Commander Caissie, as you guys are walking off, you hear Nessa yell, "No, stop! You're gonna root him!" And you guys look down and you just trampled almost the entire stock of this species of plant that she was looking for. Inadvertently, you just almost stepped through all of them, damaging them beyond practical use. Now look what you've done. You have set me back. There are no more species of this plant anywhere.
Oops.
My apologies.
When I requested help from the expedition leader, I thought they were sending me some competent workers, not...
We're not from the expeditionary leaders. We're from the Federation Starship Expedition.
And you physically know that she's almost in tears. This plan had so much potential use. All my research, all the years of study.
And it did. And you were successful at it.
How could I be successful at something when it's happening right now? And it's ruined.
Because this is a memory, an alternate mental state in some sort of dream. You're part of the Prax symbiote, don't you remember that?
Captain, give me presence command. This one's going to be a difficulty of 4. However, since I have all this threat, let's make it a complication of 2.
Persuasion for a focus?
Yep.
You said diff 4?
Yeah.
I don't think
you ruined her experiment.
I don't think diffused attention will apply here, right?
What does that do exactly?
We get a bonus die to persuade someone not to resort to violence. I don't think she's going there, but
no.
Yeah.
Like she's not going to start shooting you guys.
I mean, it could be verbal violence. You know, violence
It could be verbal.
has multiple meanings.
Take 3 threat.
Oh, do I love threat. Get a momentum out of it. You're right. I remember this now. I've been here before.
Yes.
I think I feel it now. I was joined. Tell me, what came of my experiments? Of the work I did here?
You were very successful in your research. You helped repopulate this endangered species, plant species, and you were very successful in your career as well as a fantastic mother to 2 beautiful children.
I do remember them now. I believe I am ready to leave this place now.
She grabs her hand. Let's go find the others.
And the grassland starts to fade away, and you find yourselves back at the hallway of the ship. Nessa disappears from the hallway, but Prax, you do remember all of her memories as well.
Thank you. Shall we continue?
Absolutely, Captain.
Indeed.
And we start walking down the corridor.
And we'll go to the next scene. Doctor, go ahead and give me that insight medicine roll. I believe I said it was difficulty 2.
All right. Don't have any momentum to give you. Can I use the advanced sick bay to bring it down to 1?
Yep.
Cool. Let's see that roll. There you go. Now I got some momentum.
Yep, got 2 momentum. Doctor, you are looking at the screens, checking everyone's vital signs, and you notice another new neural pattern appear on your sensors, on the sickbay sensors.
Right. See if it matches to one of the ones recorded from the healthy Azrael and Prax. Dun dun dun. Very good. And yeah, every minute on the minute, I'm sending that little extra bit of stimulus to Nedan so that she can. Do I know how many hosts the Prax symbiote has had?
I don't think you do unless Prax told you.
Okay. Which I don't think she ever did. So it's not in her record.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
So yeah, so every minute on the minute, I'm sending that little extra bit of stimulus to Nedan's dorsolateral prefrontal cortex to give her a doorway back if she wants to take it.
Okay. All right, if that's all you're doing in sick bay, we will head back. Nedan, give me insight. What would this be? Let's go insight science, I think. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
You guys are still trying to make your way to sick bay, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled it. Cool. So as you guys are walking down this, yeah, sure, why not? Let's make it a never-ending corridor. Nedan, you notice that you are passing by the holodeck. And you notice that the panel on the holodeck is powered on, but no one else can see that.
Hmm. The holodeck's on. I'll say aloud.
Do I notice that when she says that, or is it still off to me?
To the rest of you, it looks off.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, let's continue. The doctor had said he was going to send stimulus so that if I needed to leave, I could, but I think I'm probably more helpful here at present, so I'll stay in.
I appreciate all of you staying.
We'll all get out of this, sir. We've been in worse.
All right, so you guys are continuing on.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are heading down the seemingly never-ending corridor. When you do come to what appears to be a door at the very end of it, this door also seems to be held open just a little bit to allow light to shine through it.
She walks closer to it and listens.
And inside you can make out the signs of like a heartbeat monitor and a few sounds of like tricorder scans and hypo sprays.
Opens, goes through the doorway.
And let me switch the seat here. And so you guys enter a small sick bay, and you see a few patients lying in the bed in various states. You know, one of them's receiving a minor procedure here. Another patient's being scanned for like burns here. And you see a doctor walking all through the sick bay. And the doctor is Trill. All the rest of the medical staff are like humans, an Andorian, a Vulcan, you know, crew members.
Doctor.
Yes, what can I help you with? Are you injured?
Not exactly. Do you know where you are?
I am at a hospital on Trill. Why do you ask?
Do you recall ever being joined?
Joined? I don't think I... No, I would remember being joined.
You are
Is this some kind of joke?
No. You're Dr. Really, Prax. And you used to work with the Symbiote Commission as well.
I don't have time for this. I have a sick bay full of patients. If you need to see the psychiatrist, I can arrange that.
Perhaps after all of this. What do you need help with?
We have just got a report that there was a explosion at one of our factories. So patients with severe burns are incoming. Do you have any training in dealing with burns?
I do not, but there are other things we can assist with.
Well, if anyone that has medical training wishes to help, very well, I will welcome.
I was a combat medic during the war.
I suppose you will do. You know how to use a dermal regenerator, correct?
Yes.
And then she'll point to a medical storage unit. They're in there.
Caissie will go get it.
And she'll go into the center. Okay, people, they're on their way. Be ready. About to get very crowded in here. And she'll just leave you guys standing in the doorway as she gets the sickbay team ready. Hey, what's everyone else doing? Right, Caissie went to get a dermal regenerator, right?
Yeah, I'll be just with the rest of the medical team, I guess. Ready to help.
Nedan, Mendrock, what are you guys doing?
I have a morning medicine.
So staying out of the way with the captain.
I mean,
Yeah, basically.
I have 4 in science, so if you have any use in that regard, I'd be happy. Otherwise, I'll stay out of the way.
I will also stay out of the way.
All right. So a few moments pass by, and then the sick bay is just overrun with patients. Some in varying degree of pain, with burns, blisters, from like a very large scale like plasma explosion. And the doctor goes about her work almost seamlessly, effortlessly, very dedicated, directing the team where she needs to be. Directing Caissie to treat some of the lesser burns. So Caissie, I'm gonna have you do an extended task for me.
Roger that.
This is going to be a daring medicine roll. We'll give this a difficulty of 2, a work track of 12, magnitude 3, resistance 1.
Okay. I got it too. All right. I'll spend a momentum for an extra dice. Emergency medicine as a focus.
Yep.
Okay. And actually, I would like to spend my determination. Can I use uphold a Starfleet tradition as my value in helping the injured?
I'll give it to you at increased complication.
Okay, just the 2. Like just 2 complication.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So, determination spent. So I guess that's 2. Very cool.
So I think you needed to spend 1 more momentum or threat.
Yeah, I needed to spend 1 more momentum, and so that's so I get 2 momentum back. So we have 2 momentum, so I'll kill the complication.
Okay, perfect.
All right, got it.
Roll me 5 challenge dice, please.
And I'll spend the other momentum to reroll 2. Or
So I believe you guys are out of momentum.
that's only 1 resistance. Yes, I will reroll 2. Well, cool. That works too.
All right, so you did 4 work.
Yes.
So it's work 8. Still a difficulty 2.
And I have unlimited intervals.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry. There's a resistance 1. Sorry, that's only 3 work.
Yes. Yeah. 3 work. So 9. We'll get him next time. All right. I will go again. I'll generate a threat for an extra dice this time. All right. That's a bit better. 5 challenge dice.
Yep.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
What was the difficulty?
2. So I
2.
have 1 momentum.
Yep.
I'll reroll 3. Okay, that's a little better. So that's 7 minus 1 is 6. So 3 work and 1 breakthrough.
Yep. So 3 work. You'll be magnitude 2, difficulty 1. However, I'm going to spend Prax. Well, how much moment threat can I spend to increase work? What is the ratio?
2. It's 2 for every. It's essentially you're creating a complication, so it's 2 to increase the work, 2 to increase complication range, 2 to increase the difficulty.
Just
Okay.
like how much work do I add per momentum, for example?
You're taking away work, so you're taking away 4 work
Oh, okay, cool.
for 2 momentum.
So
Okay.
I'm down to 7.
So you still get the breakthrough, but I'm gonna put the work track back at 7.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
So it'll be difficulty 1, magnitude 2.
All right. I'm going to generate
As you're flooded with more patients.
one more threat. Another should go here. Okay, 2 momentum. That's good. Because I need that. Spend 1 to reroll 3. And
So that'd be 5.
5.
That should
Yep.
complete the work track, and it's a breakthrough, so that should complete the task.
Work was 7.
Yeah, the work was 7, and I had 2
Didn't you
breakthroughs.
just need 9? Total work was 9.
Yeah, I spent threat to increase it back up to 7.
Um,
Because last roll brought it to 3, but then I brought it back to 7.
so I'll spend an additional 1 for piercing, so that'll make it. Sorry, I can't count. 1 second. 6. So that leaves me with 1 work and 1 magnitude.
Yep, diff 0.
Okay.
Like, the total work was 9, though, right?
12. 12 to start.
Is the complication range back down to 1?
Yes.
I still had it
Yes.
at 2. Awesome.
Yep. Yeah, the original work was 12. The first roll he did
2
3 work.
momentum. 5. That is not 5. I'll roll an
Right, but he
additional
was
2.
back down to 7, right? At
You
the end.
gotta be kidding me.
So he went from 12 to 9, 9 to 3, 3 back up to 7.
Spend 1 to roll 4. Okay, so that is 4, 5, 6. So that's a breakthrough. That is
Yep,
finishing work track and
that'll
magnitude.
do it. I believe you guys are at 1 momentum. Because
Yes.
just 0, 1, 2, reroll.
Yep.
Right, and then the doctor comes up and says, "Good job, everyone. That is why we spend hours and hours preparing for every possible contingency. Go on break. You deserved it." Yep, and the Mendrock token disappeared. And then she'll come to the office where you guys kind of stayed out of the way. "So, what can I do for you now?"
This is going to be hard to explain if you really believe it, because you're stubborn. You're just reliving a memory that you've did all this before.
Give me a presence command difficulty 3.
1 momentum, 2 threat. Persuasion for a focus.
Yep. I get 1 momentum back. I have been having this sense of deja vu all day. You're saying these are my memories?
Yes, one of many, Doctor.
So even after I was joined, I was still a doctor.
Yes, and you later became one of the head medical professionals of the Symbiote Commissions.
That was one of my dreams as a child, and it's what drove me. So if this is not my medical bay, then where exactly are we?
It's a mental reality. I'm assuming at this point it's mine. And these are my officers who are currently trapped in this reality as well.
And you definitely have some fine officers, Captain.
Thank you.
So what is it you need of me?
Just to come with me. Need to find the rest of the previous host.
Well, we finished up here. I guess I can come with you and explore this possibility further.
I'm sure it will be enlightening for you, as it has been for me.
Then lead the way.
And we head out of this sick bay.
And just like before, as you exit the sick bay, you re-enter that corridor that's very dark, has only the red alert emergency lights for light, and your past doctor self disappeared as soon as she enters into the corridor. And Prax, you do remember her and her memories. Back in the sick bay, the real sick bay this time. Doctor, give me that same difficulty 2 insight roll.
See if I can't generate some momentum by burning one for an extra die and cautious. There we go.
All right, got 3 momentum out of that. Or wait, I said it was
2.
diff 2. So you guys get 2 momentum out of that. And Doctor,
right.
you're continuing to study the monitors, checking everyone's brainwave patterns, their vitals or life signs, and you notice another neural pattern emerge.
Do I think since I have records of the healthy Prax and symbiote, Azrael and symbiote, that it might be possible to stimulate the specific missing neural pathways in the symbiote? Like the ones, because I can see, okay, here's the old scan and there's all this stuff, and then here's the new scan and there's only this stuff. Could I stimulate the missing pathways specifically?
I'll give you a roll.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Let's see. I'll make it a difficulty 4, complication 4.
Okay.
This is probably going to be control medicine. No, daring medicine.
Ah, that's bad. Let's roll. Okay. So, can I use my CMO superpower and the ship superpower? I mean, the
Sure
sick
can.
bay? Okay, I'm going to apply both of those to the complication range to bring it down to 2 rather than
And don't
4.
forget, you technically have crew support as well.
I think that's what the CMO superpower.
I mean, you actually have the crew support from the ship.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we might want to activate Dr. McKenzie. Somebody wants to grab her. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin my determination on every life is worth saving, because these are several individual lives.
Yep.
I will give you three momentum and 2 threat for 4 dice.
Okay.
Is that right, with having spent the determination?
Yep.
We'll activate cautious as well. Okay, so I have done a medicine task on this symbiote 4. Not in this scene though. Never mind. So that's not going to apply. Do you have anything else that will? And if Dr. McKenzie can assist, if somebody wants to grab her.
I can grab Mackenzie.
Just wait and see what Prax was trying to was typing. Save me later. Okay. Here's mine. Oh shit. Okay.
What was the complication range?
2. First off,
2.
let me roll veteran.
Well,
No joy there.
not that I can roll.
Okay, I'll spend a saved milestone. Same value to reroll those 4.
So we still need the when you spent the milestone, what was how would it apply to this?
Well, pretty much every milestone I've earned has been spent on some sort of medical task to save somebody. So I think the last time I spent a milestone, it was to save the crew from the effects of the last time I earned a milestone, rather, it was to save. It was in saving the crew to from the effects of the Kauket thing, which this still technically is.
Yep. Nope. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're trying to use it like I use the termination to like perform surgery or something, I probably wouldn't accept that. But the Kauket thing, yeah.
So now you can assist, Mackenzie.
Well, you technically
Okay.
got 2 successes that first time.
Is this surgery focus or emergency medicine? Biology? Xenobiology?
One of those would probably apply
Okay,
here.
awesome. That was for stats, obviously. Can't
So,
find anything.
8 successes, I'm counting.
Yeah. So 4
Okay.
momentum gained. Let me roll my veteran one more time. Nope. Okay.
All right. So you are able to successfully stimulate that final neural path. However, I just spent a shit ton of threat. So you are unsure of what that exactly means, but we're going to go play that out right now.
Very good. I tried, guys.
So coming back to the mind squad, you guys are instantly not transported, but you know the scene changes in front of your eyes, and you're in this giant hall, and there seems to be a celebration going on, partying, laughter, drinking. It all seems like these look to be Starfleet diplomats, Starfleet officers, various civilian personnel, and they all seem to be laughing, having a good time, enjoying each other's company.
Are they in like recent uniform or like
They are
old
actually
school
in-
uniforms?
They're actually wearing TOS era uniforms.
So really old.
And standing in the center of this, seeming to be the focal point of the attention, is a male Trill who seems to be wearing like diplomatic garb.
Oh, how he loved to party. She walks towards the gentleman. It's my Gentari all over again.
And you know, you can see he's laughing, having a good time, and he notices you. He says, "Azrael, welcome."
He recognizes me. This is unusual. Breathe in. Seems you're enjoying the festivity. Quite a pair of individuals you've come to acquire for company today. Robot.
Oh, I think it might have been me.
I think Discord's passing away a bit.
Yeah, I had to back out and then come back in.
Heavy usage.
Am I coming through okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
You are
I
now.
think it was everybody.
Yeah. quite a party you're having here, Raven. Don't remember
Isn't
this
it
one.
though? This is the site of one of my greatest triumphs. Oh man, to relive this memory again.
I am surprised you are aware that you're reliving it.
Yeah, I fully remember who I am, what I am. I remember the Dax symbiote, but this was reliving this memory over and over again. I just could not pass it up. I mean, just look at it. He, moves his hand about the crowd, pointing the various people that he remembers working with. All my greatest friends are here in one place.
That they are, but you can't stay here.
Nonsense. Look around you. This is paradise, Ezreal. Paradise. Azrael, right?
Azrael.
This is paradise, Azrael.
To you, but at some point, we could. I don't know how long this will be able to be kept up. Or even we could all perish.
Well, if that's the case, then I think what better place to spend the end than here. Come on, pull up a seat, have a drink. Who are your friends, Azrael?
They are my crew members. Lieutenant Commander Caissie.
Wait. Don't tell me. Caissie, Mendrock, Nedan. Did I get that right?
Yes, you're apparently more aware of things than you realize.
Oh, I remember all my lives, Prax. And I remember some of the experiences you've had in your life as well. I don't really explain it. I don't really know what's going on. But man, am I enjoying myself.
You are indeed.
Bartender, 5 shots of your finest ale. Come on, have a drink. It's not every day you get to meet the current manifestation of your symbiote.
Do I get the feeling that there's something wrong by his, because he is definitely acting not like the others.
Give me insight command, let's say. Let's go difficulty 3.
Two momentum, one threat. Re-rolling that complication.
All right, get the momentum back. I'll just tell this to you. You definitely find it strange that he not only does he remember having this event, he also seems to have intimate knowledge of other events that aren't his own. Like he knows who members of your crew are.
Do I get a sense or a feeling that he could be fighting for control?
I'll answer that for a momentum.
I will pay that. Even at some point, this memory is going to end.
Nonsense. I don't know what this place is or how this is possible. But just think of what's happening here. You get to experience your life with the Prax symbiote, and I get to experience my greatest triumphs over and over again. Can't you see? We both get what we want.
Perhaps I should show you one of my most unpleasant memories that I don't really care to remember. That maybe that will might reconsider from that. And I'm just gonna grab his arm and pull him to the door. And I'm going to think of the worst day that she had.
Okay. I'm going to need everybody here to give me a fitness medicine difficulty 3.
I'll spend a momentum if I can.
Take 2 threat, and I'll spend a momentum. Survival is a focus.
Oh, yes.
This is fitness and medicine.
All right. Caissie nailed it. So you got a momentum back, Caissie.
So
How much
Nope.
threat would it take for me to get another die?
Did you spend momentum?
No.
All right. So it's just like momentum. To roll 1 dice with threat, it's 1 threat. To roll 2 dice with threat, it's 3 threat. And then you could also combine it with other stuff as well.
And there's still 1 momentum left, Nedan, if you want
Yes.
one.
Okay, I'll spend a momentum.
We're at technically 2 total right now because Caissie gained 1.
cute.
Balls. So close and yet so far.
I'm gonna spend my determination by reason or by force,
I believe that would apply.
and I'm gonna spend that 1 momentum and then give you a threat. Because I'm rolling an 8.
How much are you giving me?
1 threat, and I'm spending 1 momentum, so I'm rolling 3 dice.
Okay.
That's 4.
Right, so
Nice.
Mendrock and Nedan failed. Don't mind that roll. I wasn't sure how many challenge dice I wanted to roll for this. Now I do.
Now he's rolling 62 challenge dice.
Wow. So that was a horrible roll. So both of the people that failed are only going to take 2 stress damage.
Ouch.
As all 4 of you are ripped to Captain Prax's deepest, darkest, saddest moment. And I'll let Prax take it from there.
You find yourself on the bridge of an older, an Excelsior class starship. Fires are raging. You can see support beams down. People are injured, and one individual, Caissie would actually kind of recognize it, which was the captain that was killed in our first mission, the original captain,
Yeah, he'd recognize them.
and
sure.
he's a Tellarite, and the other one is a human female captain who has been essentially pinned down by beams, sword beam, and like not in a good spot. Like slowly, essentially dying. The first officer, which is the Tellarite, is unconscious. Do you really want to relive your worst memories, Reven? Because this is mine.
And he'll just stand among the bridge, looking around, taking it all in.
I lost a friend and a mentor this day.
I remember how that made you feel, how it made us feel.
But what is the point of reliving old memories if we can't make new ones?
Give me a difficulty 3 presence command.
Persuasion?
Yep.
Take a threat.
I suppose you have a point. You must promise me one thing, though.
What is that?
Do you remember what my favorite ale is?
You're always fond of Saurian brandy. And something green. I don't know what it is.
That is a liqueur produced by only one place. An old Earth colony. A local religious group there produces this. If once a month you will have a glass of it, then I will come with you.
I will.
And Briven disappears from the memory. And Prax, you feel his consciousness finally merge completely with yours.
She walks up to sort of the center of the bridge, takes one last look, and then walks out.
Back in the sick bay.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I oversee them waking and make sure they all come fully back conscious safely.
And for the rest of you, you all begin to slowly wake up from your sleep-like state. And you all find yourself lying in sickbay, looking up at the ceiling. Dr. Blackwell pacing back and forth, jumping from person to person, checking vital signs, getting readings, yelling
Welcome
at his
back.
staff from time to time.
Welcome back, everyone. Just lay
Wow.
still. You're going to feel a bit weak and woozy.
I
That's to
have
be
a
expected.
headache.
And it's also to be expected too. And I'll be taking off all the neural pads and stuff. Administer a mild analgesic for Mr. Mendrock. It's
It's good to
appropriate
see you, Captain.
for biology.
And Commander. Doctor.
Captain, Commander, Chief, you three, take it really easy. You've been in these beds for 2 months. We've been exercising you, but it's going to take a few days till you're back up on your feet, and a little bit longer than that till you're back in full physical shape again.
It's 2 months, Doctor.
Roughly, a little bit more.
Oh my
Is
god.
the ship alright?
The ship is fine. We're
I sit up really fast.
now. Put my hand on his chest and push him back. No, don't make me activate the presser field. The ship is fine. We're in orbit of Starbase 21, which is where we spent most of the last 2 months.
Doctor, was it real? Kassho, the planet. Was that even real?
For me, it was a migraine-inducing dream. For the three of you, I suspect it was far more real for certain values of real, anyway. We think that may have somehow actually been Kauket 2, but things are still a little hazy on that front.
What happened to Kauket 2? And
Does Blackwell, have we heard about the disappearance or anything? I don't know, Captain.
I'm sure I have plenty of reports to catch up on.
Which you can do from the comfort of your sick bay bed while recovering and getting your strength back. Commander DeGrasse has had things in good hands. He's currently meeting with Admiral Nea, who I'm sure will be pleased that you're awake again.
It's good to finally be awake, Doctor.
I'll kind of surreptitiously pass the captain a tissue. It's even better to have you back, Captain. It was a bit worrisome, and the symbiote and all of your memories of previous lives, they're as they should be?
Yes.
Excellent. Tell you one thing, this experience is going to be met with much excitement once I report it back to the Guardians on Trill.
Well, you can add this to report. It's like a nightmarish Shintari.
Well, in any event, it's good to have you all back. As I said, Shouldn't be more than a few days before you're back up to full strength. I don't expect you'll need to stay in sickbay any longer than 1 or 2 of those days. So long as none of you try to rush things.
It seems I don't have to worry about that, Doctor. All of you've taken good care of the ship.
Well, with this crew, it makes it easy. And once I know everybody's stable and settled, I'll send a message to DeGrasse and Admiral Nea.
They are unfortunately unavailable.
Well, but it's in the queue. And Nedan, you're okay after all this?
Yeah, I seem to be. Yeah.
Excellent. I take it you were able to enter the dream or whatever the 3 of them were having?
Yes, I was.
Brilliant.
It was an odd experience, but interesting. I may want to write it up for a journal article.
Let's keep
He may have scientific merit.
would prefer if you keep the private details to yourself, Lieutenant.
Of course, Captain.
Even
More
so,
the technique of trying to rehabilitate psychically damaged minds through the use of neurostimulators. Be an interesting case study, I think. Would you agree, Doc, Commander?
indeed. I think we may have broken some new ground here. Just imagine the possibilities if you were able to do this with if your investigator being from a species with inherent psychic ability, a Vulcan or a Beta Z, say. Excellent opportunity for further research.
Yes. But yes, of course, Captain, in the interest of professional ethics and medical confidentiality, we would, of course, have to anonymize all identifying details.
I appreciate that, Lieutenant.
We need a Beta Z and someone in a coma. I'll get a hammer. You find the Beta Z.
So, do I still have any telepathy?
No, you guys
That
find that
purged.
once you woke up, you no longer feel any link to anyone around you.
Very good.
Mendrock seems much more at ease now. And we'll just do whatever the doctor says. Because he would like to get back to engineering.
As we're making use of the rehab gem.
I gotta get my martial arts back up to par.
Doctor, do you have any Aldebranian whiskey by chance?
As a matter of fact, I do. I keep a bottle for medicinal purposes, of course.
I could use a
Why do you
glass.
ask?
I could use the glass if you don't mind.
Well, suppose it's worth celebrating your return. I'll go to my quarters and get my Aldebaran whiskey and replicate 5 glasses and come back and pour everybody in ICU a shot.
Getting hammered in the ICU. Classic.
All right.
And you pour everyone
To your health.
a glass.
Huzzah. Or something like that.
Prost.
Blackwell will sip his.
Prax takes a swig, sets the glass down, and just lies down.
Yeah, Caissie will, just quickly drink it, and I just imagine he kind of looks shell-shocked.
Yeah,
All right. I think that's enough of a party for tonight. You guys get some real rest. We'll begin physical therapy in the morning. I promise you will hate it.
And with that, we will call that end of perception.